Hello and welcome to this lesson on the lovely old children's Christmas carol, Away in a Manger. To my knowledge there are at least three different tunes that you can sing to these words. This is the one that we sing in the UK more than any other that I'm aware of, and it was written by William J. Kirkpatrick in the last part of the 19th century in America. There'd been an earlier version of a tune for Away in a Manger, falsely apparently attributed to Martin Luther. But anyway, this is the one we do in the UK. I've sung this since I was a child. It's lovely when little children do sing it at Christmas. And I guess it's one of those Christmas carols when you're a child, you sing the words without really thinking about what you're singing about, without really understanding the words. So I would encourage you to have a look at the words. They're actually lovely words. I've just put the first verse on my Melodeon music, but you can easily find the other two verses on the internet. So I'm going to teach you how to play it on a DG Melodeon like this. This is a Castanari Lily. It's a single voice Melodeon as far as the right hand's concerned, and I really love it. It's nice and lightweight, and I hope you're going to enjoy this lesson. We're going to take our time, go through it really slowly and carefully so that you fully understand it. Talking of words, in case I forget to tell you, in the very last bar on page 2, bar 17, which is, well, it says second time ending, it's actually the third time ending because there are 3 verses. There's a word under there which is there, because the last line of that third verse is fit us for heaven to live with thee there. So in case you're wondering why there's that random word there, that's the reason. So Away in a Manger is traditionally played and sung in the key of F major. It's a nice sort of vocal friendly key. I haven't got a CF. Well, I actually have got a CF Melodeon buried inside my GCF box, which I'll show you a bit later on in this video. But I prefer to play it on the DG. So we're going to do it in the key of G. It's a little bit high to sing, but not terribly high. The highest note is E. That's the highest note I can reach. So, you know, it's not terrible. It's a tone higher than the more traditional key of F major. Just bear in mind this is a gentle children's Christmas lullaby, so you want to play it with that in mind. You don't need to yank the bellows when you change direction. It's all very gentle, and should really think about the sound you're getting, the tone you're getting. The position that we play this tune in is what I call pos -1, and forgive me if I keep saying this in every video, but just in case this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I will say this. This Melodeon is a 4th button start instrument. That means to say the 4th button down on the G row, if I press it and push the bellows in, that's the note G, and the same thing on the D row. If I press the 4th button down, push the bellows in, that's a D note. That's why it's called a 4th button start. More often than not, Melodeons tend to be 3rd button start, which is obviously the G's on that button, the D's on that button, the 3rd button of each row. So, 4th button start. Now, if my first finger's on that 4th button and my fingers go down sequentially on the next 3 buttons down, I call that position home, the home position when my first finger is kind of home, you know, on the G. Pos -1 is when I come up 1 from that, so my first finger's on the 3rd button down, and that's what we play this tune in, position -1. There's one little change a little bit later on, possibly, which I'll show you when I come to it. That's what I mean by pos -1. So that's where you're going to start. And that's your first note is actually where the first finger falls in that position. It's the note of D. And it says NC. And in fact, if you look at my music, dotted about all over the place, it says NC. NC stands for no chord, which means no left hand at that point, only the right hand. It's fair to say a lot of people only ever use the right hand on their boxes, on their accordions or their Melodeons. A lot of Irish players play just the right hand without the left hand, but it's a shame not to use the left hand, but just at that point you don't. So every time you see NC, and it's usually at the end of the bar all the way through, there's no chord at that point, and it probably means it's because you can't get a chord that works, or you want to let the tune shine through without blasting away with chords. You know, it's a problem sometimes where the chords drown out the tune. This is a waltz, so it's 3/4, so you're counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's pretty slow, this, of course. And the first bar where you're playing this note of D is called a pickup bar. It's numbered bar 0, so that the bar on the next stave with the words way in that's bar 1. So this is bar 0, and you come in on the third beat of the bar. So you count 1, 2, and play your first note, and then you're into the song. Bar number 1 on the next stave there goes like this. G, G, A, B. Now it's 2 crotchets, 2 quavers. You count that 1, 2, 3 and. Now this is a waltz, and I could have done an pa, pa kind of rhythm, but I just thought it was pretty horrible to do that. Not very tasteful, so I've gone for the kind of block, bass note and chord effect. So this is what we do on the first bar. Now you can see that on the first note of G, the word is way, or the second part of the word away if you like, I'm playing a G bass and a G chord together. I use finger 4 on button 4, finger 3 on button 3. A lot of people use just only 3 fingers, some only 2, and I've dealt with that elsewhere, but this is what I do, and it suits me fine. I like it. I think it's logical to have 1 finger per button. So I play G bass, G chord, while I play the 2 G notes on the right hand. Now when I pull out to play the A, and the A incident is on the same button as the G, I play the same buttons on the left hand. That gives me a D bass, D chord. So my G bass, G chord turns into a D bass, D chord. And we call this knee end because we get D bass and D chord, chin end as well. See that? So on the last note of bar number 1 is a B on the push, and it says NC because obviously you've just been playing D bass, D chord, so you lose the chord so that you can play that B note unaccompanied. So first full bar, see, as you push in, take the chord off, and then bar.